Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Esbr for Android Cell Saga. So this is the Android Cell Saga Esbr. It is relatively difficult. I think there's a lot of great free-to-play options. I do think you'll need probably a lead for the category, whether you run Trunks or you run int cell, whether you run AGL cell. There's plenty of options. For me personally, I still think ultimately the int cell is probably my favorite unit, because ultimately as a leader he gains strength based on how many units he's facing, and I think personally that's quite a big sign of strength in Esbr and Esbr. And outside of this first fight, which is just against one unit, he does a pretty good job. He does a pretty good job in pretty much all the fights, basically. So yeah, he's probably your best lead. Now in terms of the lead we've gone with Trunks, just because I like Trunks as a character, because he's my favorite character, and that's really all I need to run him. Alongside that, we have a really strong free-to-play roster here. So we have, for example, the int Android 16, very good unit. That's really strong, really capable of tanking quite well. He gets damage reduction if he activates his guard. His guard can proc if all of the units in the rotation are Android Cell Saga. So all of this is really good. In terms of the other free-to-players, we have the AGL Super Saiyan Goku, also really strong, a unit that really helps out a lot as well. Very good with his healing, also quite a tanky unit as well, so really strong in that point of view as a unit. Now aside from that, we also have the AGL Android 17 and 18, obviously a relatively difficult unit to get. You do have to get them from the friend summon, then you have to then you have to also easy A them. That requires you to do a lot of Dokkan events. There is quite a big curve to get them. Now of course I still think they are a great choice. I think they do a good job. Their debuffing really comes in handy, and I think it's really good. It's also great to assist with the Tech First Form Cell. Tech First Form Cell, another unit that does a great job. He's got obviously his own debuffing mechanics. He's got his own healing mechanics as well. And he can do decent damage if the opponent's an attack down. That does tend to help out a lot, and tends to keep things moving on rather swiftly. So it allows you to do damage, heal up as well off of his 12 key, and just generally have a good time. Apart from that, you also have the int Trunks. Now int Trunks is a good unit, but not necessarily an insane unit. Quite nice. Obviously relies a little bit on having future Saga orientated characters in his team build up. But yeah, I think ultimately, you do have to kind of, how can I say, bear in mind, certain units, especially from a free-to-play point of view, they're lower on stats. So a big thing you're going to struggle with is offense. We're struggling a lot with offense in this video, because we don't have a unit that's chucking out, 8 million, 9 million, 10 million attack stats, and Trunks without setup or transforming isn't going to do that for us either. So you do have to keep that in mind. It is obviously something that's going to give you problems. In terms of units, we are facing a lot of extreme type units as well. So the Android 17 and 18, although I really like them, they aren't getting the same level of efficiency that you might get if you were using them against superclass units, for example. So there's definitely, you know, a little bit of a limitation on them because of obviously the kind of units that we're facing. But overall, I think it's a good, fun, free-to-play centric team. Now, I wouldn't take it. Like I said, I've got damage problems. I'm not pushing out the numbers that I want to. I'm not really feeling, you know, super duper comfortable when it comes to like offensive output. And I feel like we could do with 1 or 2 more stuns. It definitely feels like we're lacking stuff to make this a good no item run kind of team. Remember, with items and all that, although obviously we are using, you tend to have a lot of an easier time. And a lot of players like to challenge themselves, so it is important to have, you know, those kind of abilities in play. If we were to convert this, if I had to look at this team and convert it into being a no item run team, I would definitely say you got to up the offense. Offense is the key component to any no item run. You don't get no item runs usually through explicit defense, unless you go for like a bunker build strategy. Most times you get it through, you know, offensive output, which I think is very important. So yeah, ultimately at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy with this team. It definitely could be improved, and I think the first units I would take out is probably the AGL 1718. I think, you know, their lack of output against extreme units definitely would see them removed. I would then say as well, probably want to take out the int trunks, I think, and definitely get someone that's a bit more of a support or a stunner, someone that's able to provide some utility. That's really the big ticket. But I think ultimately I'd probably switch to a in this case either a extreme Android Cell Saga build. I think you know, the extreme units tend to have better burst. I think you've got a lot of strong cell units that you can use who work really well together, provide good synergy, and I think I'd rather go with that kind of team build more so than going strictly speaking for this free-to-play centric build. With that being said, it does still work really fine, and having that combination of attack lowering and defense lowering does really look good. So yeah, I think ultimately at the end of the day, a very strong team, very good performance. Obviously, ideally, if you can, like you're going to see here, if you can get the Dokkan attack in the final turn, or in the final fight I should say, then yeah, you do tend to have a pretty good time, at least from my side overall. But getting this nice boost from Trunks, the support does help. Getting the output levels from Trunks is also very good. And yeah, I think ultimately for me, I'm probably going to say that I would, I think probably just be happy with, changing 1 or 2 units in this team to get a better performance. But I think you probably want to change the whole roster to a certain extent if you want to go for a no item run. I think ultimately that's kind of the way I would phrase it. But yeah, that's essentially going to be it for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, it's always greatly appreciated if you did. And I think, yeah, from my side, there's not too much more for me to say. You're going to see us clear it out with the AoE Dokkan attack right now, which is obviously awesome. But yeah, we are going to have a pretty good time here. With that being said, if you are, of course, super duper interested in team builds, you can let me know in the comments. It's always nice to see the comments and to help with the like builds and everything that people struggle with. And yeah, of course, just ask for help if you need. But that's basically going to be it from me. We'll wrap things up with the Dokkan attack here and call it a day. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll probably see you guys in the next one. If not, let me know what team build you used in the comments down below. And yeah, that's basically it for me. So thank you very much for watching, take care, stay safe, and as always, see you guys next time. Bye.